Great story. Thank you very much, Bob. Appreciate it.
Ed Grove is a telecom union member and a proud American patriot. I understand he's also a talented musician and singer, a jack of all trades, and the proud father of 4 grown children.
Here comes the Fort Lauderdale water taxi.
And we see a lot
Hi,
of
Laura.
unions acting far more political than they ever have in the past. And it's interesting that it seems like
YouTube won't let me record this video, so we could just listen a little bit and watch the water.
In your personal opinion, do you see this?
Hey, Squatch, welcome back.
With regards to political matters, are in conflict with.
So guess who voted today? Yeah, that was a big warning, right? I don't know. This was on President Trump's live page. Never had a problem with it before, but boy, I got the heck out of Dodge. So here we are, looking at the water, looking at the boats. Not doing anything here, the least bit political. Hi, Darla. Bidet voted today, did he? Who do you think he voted for? It's a question. It's an honest question. Seriously, who do you think he voted for? You gotta wonder, right? I don't know. I don't think he likes cactus very much anymore. I don't think they're as close as they pretend they are. Yeah, right, Squatch. I think so too. I saw him wearing the hat. He looked pretty pleased with himself, didn't he? Look how sad this is. One of our palm trees lost its head. So this is actually a palm tree disease that affects the palm trees in this area. You can see that there are other palm trees that have also lost their heads. Look like that one looks like it might be getting its head back, or it just popped off. Look, there's another headless palm tree. Sad. Wave to the water taxi. Hello, hello. What a beautiful day here in Fort Lauderdale, huh? Look at this. I never saw the water taxis 2 at once, basically. That's crazy. Look at these waves. I love waves. Yeah, something happened. I don't know. I just got out of Dodge. The Fort Lauderdale water taxi is not to be missed. It is such a great experience. And they tell you about all the famous people who live around Fort Lauderdale. Quite a few. Heads of captains of industry, entertainers.
When you went from the academic side, studying and teaching others about gerontology, and then taking care of your mother, what were the big challenges, and what kind of assistance did you find from the government when you were trying to be the caregiver to your own mom?
So that's really interesting. I think we can take what President Trump is doing, and we can talk about the topic as well. Being a caregiver. Raise your hand if you've ever been a caregiver. My hand is raised. It is a very difficult thing to do, to caregive for a loved one. And in my instance, I was a caregiver for my mother when she was dying from cancer. And of course, my beloved husband, Ray. And I tell you what, it's very difficult to watch someone you love slowly die. And in many cases, painfully, slowly and painfully. Laura, you're a caregiver. I knew that.
Even though she was on a fixed income, getting social security, and she had an advantage.
I think caregivers are the most selfless people in the world. It is such a hard thing to do, but you never regret it, you know? While it's going on, sometimes you feel like, oh, I don't know how much more I can take of this. But you seriously, when it's over and you helped somebody die with dignity, you never regret that. And I feel that I paid it forward. Yeah, people with complex special needs, you know, they don't have any other choice. Like, could you imagine being in such a position? I know you understand, Annie, and I think the gratitude that you feel, I'll never forget how my Ray used to thank me over and over and over again, to the point where I was like, you don't have to do this. But he was so grateful that I did stop everything and took care of him, and helped him meet Jesus. Yeah, Annie, you are such a kind and caring person yourself. But it is really, it's a job that there's no amount of pay that is worth what you do. However, it would be nice to have a little help, am I right? Yeah, it's always really rewarding. That's right, Laura, you're a hospice nurse. That's an amazing job. The hospice nurses that took care of Ray, oh my gosh, I don't know what I would have done without them. Like, they literally saved my life while they helped my husband die. I'm sure that you understand what I'm saying about that, Laura. But I cannot don't underestimate the amount of love and caring a hospice nurse gives, knowing that her patient is going to die. I mean, it's not easy. Oh gosh, hospice involving kids, Squatch, that I can't even imagine. Although I will say that I have been through that myself, in far as I have written about kids who died and were in hospice, and it was so heartbreaking. But again, I'm a better person for it. I'll read you some of those articles someday. These kids touched my life in ways that I'll never forget. Even though they're no longer here, they're still, I think of them all the time. One's name is Alex. The other's name is Kayla. Those are the two that really stand out. Oh, thank you, Annie. No, I can't imagine how you would do a pediatric hospice. That's just awful. Just to even put those two words together is awful. Well, that's a nice little yacht going down the Intracoastal, isn't it? What a cute little boat. It's a nice one, too. And I'm sure it's got at least 1 and 2 rooms down below. Very pretty. It's a little bit windy out here. So they're just talking about caregiving and older people. Oh my gosh, you got a garden. That's amazing. Squatch says, last time I was in the hospital, I met a woman whose only child suffered a debilitating stroke at a very young age. Those are the people who teach us about life. Those are the angels in our lives, aren't they? Young people who are suffering unimaginably, but they always do so with so much grace and dignity. They teach us a lot, those people. They're here for a reason. Their lives are short for a reason, too.
Because there's no one there to help you. And I'm very proud of my family for that. So I said, Rich.
So this is a big park right across the way from me. You can see all the people. They walk along this street, and they can drive their cars along this street, and a lot of crazy stuff happens on this street. I see stuff here you wouldn't believe. A lot of dogs, and they fall into the Intracoastal. People fall into the Intracoastal. It is crazy here. Oh, Annie, you are so right. Caregivers do need to take care of themselves. I know that when my husband was dying, I was in such bad shape myself that I literally thought that I was dying too. I was kind of resigned to, I'm like, okay, so here's what we're doing. Now we're dying. I really felt that way. Like it was something we were doing. I mean, Ray was doing it, but I felt like we were doing it together. We did everything together. But I'm glad that I didn't die. And I'm glad that Ray is not in pain anymore. And he's in heaven. And I understand that's a really great place. So I'm not sad for him. I'm sad for myself living without him. Yeah, you do have to push yourself through these moments. It's very quiet here on the Intracoastal. Not too many boats out today. And I don't even see any critters. Every now and then I'll see dolphins and manatee. Not very often though, but you never know. You never know what you'll see on the beach report. Here comes a boat. Here we come, walking down the street. Yeah, the funniest looks from everyone we meet. Hey, hey, we're the boaties. Feel like I've known you forever, Annie. Now there's a patriotic boat with the thin blue line and the American flag. Rolling, 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 rolling on the river. Left a good job in the city, working for the man every night and day. But I never lost a minute of sleeping, worrying about the way things might have been. Big wheels keep on turning, Proud Mary keep on burning. Rolling, 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 rolling on the river. We all live each day to the fullest that God gives us, no matter how hard life is. That's a great point. I learned a lot from you, Annie. Girl, you are so grace under pressure.
Will you be able to finish the house yourself?
So I had a really strange reaction when I voted today after I put in my vote. I felt so emotional and I literally started to cry. But then again, I'm crying every day, so I don't know. Maybe it's nothing new, but the act of voting for President Trump today did bring me to tears. I don't think that's normal. I never rode on a steamboat. That sounds super cool. We do have a steamboat here in Fort Lauderdale. I've seen it many times, but I've never gone on it.
I'm glad the palace didn't give any story like that, right?
So President Trump right now is in Delaware County, Pennsylvania, which is near Philadelphia.
Sounds like a great mother, actually.
And they're talking about the future of our country. And when he is elected, we will have a great future. I truly believe that. I can't wait to get back to the way it was 4 years ago, before the Schmid, when Trump was really actually making America great. It was great. There were not a lot of people early voting when I went, but that's good because I did not have a lot of time. So I was glad that the lines were low, but they were constant. There was a steady stream of people voting. Oh, that's crazy, Linda. Trump in a Palestine march? Wow. Trump's everywhere. How does he do it? He flies a lot of hours. wonder if he sleeps on that plane. I wonder if he sleeps like ever. Do you think he ever sleeps? It's funny. I think YouTube is mad at me. There's not a lot of people watching. Earlier, I had like 500 people watching. What's up with that?
I saw him backstage, by the way. It looks like he's like 68-ish.
Trump is proving what a hard worker he is, and you know, we all know what a hard worker he is, and we all know how hard he will work to make our country great again. He cares more than you know. Well, Darla, I don't know, YouTube had an issue when I tried to go live earlier with the video that's on behind me. You can hear President Trump speaking, and they did not like that at all. And they told me if I didn't cease and desist within 5 minutes, they were going to shut me down forever. So, yeah, that happened. So I ceased and desisted, and here we are, looking at the water, waiting for a boat to go by. At least the water taxi. They're all wild, Annie. Who knows what's going to happen? You know, it's just craziness, right? They want to shut you down, shut you up. It's like they want you to talk, then they don't want you to talk. I don't know what to think. It's crazy. Yeah, you know, the man behind the camera, indeed. I mean, behind the curtain, behind the camera, behind the curtain. The Wizard of Oz is an amazing movie, and if you watch it for what it really is about, you will be totally blown away. You know, everything has a meaning in The Wizard of Oz, and it is all about our economy, stupid. It's the economy, stupid. That's what The Wizard of Oz is actually about. The Yellow Brick Road, that's all about gold. The Tin Man, the tax identification number man. USA, USA, USA. I'll never agree with them, Squatch. That's why they keep shutting me down and trying to ban me. Although YouTube's been nice to me, but I think what's going to happen is they're going to let me get to the point where I can be monetized. And then the minute I hit it, they're going to go, sorry, you're never going to be monetized. They love to mess with you that way. Facebook, man, they took me down a wild ride. At one point, they made me think I was going to make $11,000 in a month. Ooh, that was a lie. They were like, sorry, we didn't mean 11,000. We meant 11. And I was like, seriously? I worked so hard for that $11. You have no idea. They literally made me think it was going to be 11,000, and they were like, oh, we were off by some decimal points. It was rude. They did it to millions of creators. It was a horrible thing. That was a bad day. I felt really bad. You know, I felt like Lucy with the football. You know, on Peanuts, where Lucy's holding the football and Charlie Brown goes to kick it, and right at the last second she whisks it away. Yeah, that's what Facebook did to me and a million other creators, not just me. It's a little windy out here. I don't know if you're hearing the wind, if it's a problem, but it feels really good. We are heading into the fall season here in South Florida. This is the best time of year. It's warm, it's not cold, it's not hot, it's just perfect. Nice breezes, beautiful weather, daily shower, that's okay. Hey, that's a good idea, Squatch. I think I will create another channel. Why not, right? I don't know, it seems like a lot of work. Although I'll tell you what, I do need to do something about promoting my new book and my old book as well, which is 10 years old. But anyway, for those of you who don't know, Do You Think About Me on My Birthday is finally out and ready to be sold. Although I am working on a website to sell it on my website, but the book is about adoption. It's funny because a friend of mine, she didn't know what it was about. She didn't know that I was adopted, and she said, I thought, do you think about me on my birthday was a story about an old boyfriend or something. You know how girls are. I'm like, yeah, no, it's not about that at all. It's about being adopted. And when you are adopted and you know that you were given up for adoption as a little tiny baby or even older, you know, you just always wonder if your mother thinks about you on your birthday. At least I did. It seemed like my birthday was the only day when I really, you know, had a connection with her. But I'm old now. Now I write about it. Thank you, Ginger. You know my birthday's next month, though, right? It's not this month. It's in exactly, well, almost exactly 1 month. I'm going to be 59 years old. Thank you, Darla. I put my heart and soul into that book. And you know, Darla, you always, you always want to hear about the parts of my book that didn't make it into Do You Think About Me on My Birthday? Well, I cannot share this with you yet because that's going to be in the sequel, 7 Years in Switzerland. Do You Think About Me on My Birthday is only the beginning. We've only just begun to write. My life story is very complex. So, you know, I mean, the whole book is like 2,000 pages. So I thought, I better chop that up into a series, right? It's a lot to write a book that's 1,000 pages long, but
Our soldiers are laying out on the streets of New York and other cities. These people are walking through the branches.
number 7 is a good number. It's lucky.
When you get to hotel rooms, in some cases luxury hotel rooms.
Oh, that's a sweet little yacht.
These hotel companies that have them.
Very nice.
They don't even want to deal with regular people.
I love these little yachts. They're so cute. That's a nice one.
Running it as a migrant hotel. You have veterans that are sleeping on the streets outside. It's freezing or it's hot.
So President Trump right now is talking about migrants in luxury hotels while veterans sleep on the streets.
That's a bad word to a lot.
Who would have thought in America that that would be the case? It's absolutely despicable to think about the people who gave their life, their livelihoods for our country to keep our country safe. And they've literally been ignored and turned out and just left to live on the streets. And American children living on the streets. Homeless Americans. Well, these other people are marching into our country and doing whatever they want. Making the price in housing rise. They're given credit cards, we're given bills. Yeah, 7 is heaven.
To say that we're going to take care of things, we're going to do things, and you are right. I didn't need this. I think they're the most beautiful beaches in the world.
Yeah, now President Trump's talking about the fact that, you know, as a billionaire, he certainly didn't need to do what he's doing for our country. But if he had to do it again, he always says, of course he would. And it's crazy because look at what they've done to him. Who wants to be treated this way?
If I had it to do again, would I rather be on the beach with the water, that beautiful salt water hitting me in the face, my white
Hitting me in the
skin getting
face.
all nice and tan?
My
Or
white
would I
skin
rather be
getting
here
tan.
with you in Pennsylvania, making sure that people aren't going to cheat on the boat. And I will take you and Pennsylvania every single day. I will.
Ginger, I'm not afraid of anything, and I don't need anything, and I will be absolutely fine. I'm not worried about anything at all. Whatever happens is going to happen. And it's just me and Muffin, and we have everything we need.
Very bad shape.
We're not very high maintenance.
We're a nation in
We'll be
decline,
fine.
as some people
Yes, we
say.
can always fish. And actually, Muffin loves fish. It's one of her favorite foods is fish.
We're gonna turn it around very fast. We're gonna make America great again. And I want to just thank everybody.
Make America great again.
It's a real honor. The spirit, you see the spirit, Mike, it's incredible. The spirit that we have.
Hey, Gracie.
It's all over the country. And you know, there's a word called hope. People really want, we did great the first time. We did much better the second time. We ran in 2016. Then we were, and as you know, we did much better. We got millions more of us, but there's never been anything like this spirit. And part of it is that, let's assume I haven't changed that much. I had these similar ideas and everything, but they see how badly our country's run. It's being destroyed
Everyone should
by
know how to
the
live off the
fools.
land.
And we're not gonna let it happen. We're gonna turn it around. We gotta win. We gotta win. We have 6 days to go, Joe. We gotta win.
Winning. So I don't know if you guys heard, but I voted today. Guess who I voted for?
Thank you very much.
I didn't vote for any women. No, I did not. Oh boy, there's our song. They're gonna get mad at me for this. I'm just gonna keep the camera out here. We'll sing it ourselves. Young men. Young men, there's a place you can go. I said, young men, when you're short on your dough, you can stay there. In your town, there's no way to be a young man unhappy. I don't know all the words. It's like never was my favorite song, but here we are. It's to have a good time. I mean, who would have thought this song would be like the quintessential Trump song at the end of all of his rallies? It's kind of crazy, isn't it? Remember the Indian, the village people, like what? What's happening here? It's funny, isn't it? Good job, Ginger. I know who you voted for. And I approve. YMCA. It's so free. You can have a good meal. There were 2 things on the ballot today. It was interesting. Here in Florida, they were voting on making marijuana legal. And they were voting on making abortion legal. Abortion as in anytime, anywhere, any place, any age, just kill the babies. For real. That's what Floridians are faced with on our ballots this week. Yeah. I know, right, Squatch? Big balls. I somehow think that might not work. Look at that, how the water taxi, 2 of them at the same time. Kind of weird. For your friends to enjoy, you can whoa. Okay, wave to these people. It's fun to stay at. There's a big party on this yacht. Who knows where that flag is from? So that yacht's called Sassy. That's a big yacht. That thing is nice. You see some of the most beautiful yachts on the Fort Lauderdale Intracoastal Waterway. And here comes another one. Half the size, but still very big and very beautiful. Me too, Squatch. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. Sing it with me, guys. Everything for your friends to enjoy. You can hang out with all the boys. So you can rent this yacht. And there's the famous beep beep water taxi. Oh, we're busy on the water now. See, those people rented that yacht. They don't look like they're having enough fun though. If I rented a yacht, you better believe there would be music blasting off of it and dancing and singing. 100%. 100 Brits on the ground in the USA getting campaigning. What? Ginger, what? That's crazy. Did you hear how in Portland they've started burning ballot boxes, or like the mail-in boxes, whatever, ballot boxes, they're burning them. Isn't that crazy? Because in Portland, I thought they were all libs. So what are they doing? Seems weird. Seems very strange. Have you all been following Candace Owens? She's coming up with some very incredible things about Cackles and Cackle's mother that you will be very surprised to hear, but maybe not so much, because it kind of makes a lot of sense, and it has to do with the CIA. I can't say it fast because they might be listening. Well, they probably are listening. They clearly are listening. What do you do? What do you do? Oh, Miami too? Seriously, Donna? I did not hear that. I hope the top of this tree doesn't fall off like this one did. That's just sad. It's just sad and wrong. It looks horrible. Makes me feel bad. All right, you guys. Well, I'm going to go and work on my website now so I can sell Do You Think About Me on My Birthday, my book, my second book. And don't forget, you can always buy Like It Was Yesterday, a journalist file since 9/11 on my website, jillbooks.com. That's JILLBOOKS, as in Jill writes books and sells them too. So go check it out. All right, you guys, not too many more boats around here, so I'm going to say ciao for now. We'll see you on the next beach report. Have a great evening.